Priya cleared PMP with all above target. And now what a journey she had. So her journey was full of ups and downs. He has a children. He she has a children. She's working mom, and of course all the things that you have to do if you work as a project manager and if you work I have to say Priya as a working mom and a working wife she has to take so many things and even I remember it was like 2 weeks ago and there was a funeral and all those things at her side and she was still confused okay how to proceed I only have 2 weeks left I said just keep working with me and we will have your PMP. And PMP we had Priya. We cleared PMP with all above target. So first of all, congratulations from the entire PMI community from
Thank you.
PMP that you cleared PMP and with how many above target Priya?
Three about targets.
People above target,
Yeah.
process above target, business environment above target. So, Priya, why don't you share us your journey, please?
With many ups and downs, I actually started last 20 days before, maybe on 28th of July. Actually, I started working on my PMP and going all through your videos, listening to multiple times, and then going through all the 50 questions for each knowledge area. It actually helped me to get it done in a 20 days.
So, why don't you share what you did, like the entire journey, even before 20, when, why you did PMP, what was the reason, all those things?
Basically, I am a PMO. I'm working as a PMO in my current organization, and just I thought to get more stars on your resume. A PMI is the best. A PMP is the best option. So I started. Actually I started from last year. I even gave one chance in December. I attempted an exam, but due to some reason, it I got failed. So I thought let's give a break for some time. And then again I started, no, I have to give it before my eligibility or everything gets over. So again I thought, yes, I should give and let's take a try. So I was just going through all your videos before joining. So it was very, you say you, even if you go to it, you are getting the concepts. It's nothing that you have to go through the books or go through the Pimbok or the Rita. Just going through your videos, it was very clear. It was very the journey, whatever you have put on the YouTubes. It really helps to know ki actual how that process is flowing. So nothing. It's all visualization, and more visualization you have, you get it in more your memories. So it helps.
It does help to get all those things into the context and understand how these things are going. Okay, Priya, now let's talk about your preparation. Since you actually prepared in last 20 days, so what we did together, what were the things you did which helped you a lot? And then we'll come to the last 2 days. Last 2 days were very special. So first tell me what you did in those days.
The way you shared me, or the day we started with people. So we went through all those videos. We even any doubt you were clearing on that. Then solving those 50 questions. So each knowledge base area we were solving those questions 50, 50, 50. In also along with the coaching calls, the doubts were getting more and more clear. What should be the approach? How we should go for the question? Until and unless you don't find that question is that options are not correct, you should not eliminate it. So that was the key, and that elimination really helps to solve the questions.
So elimination technique was or key. Okay, Priya, how we prepared in last 2 days. Now that's very interesting. How we prepared in last 2 days. Now tell about that thing.
Dude, actually, I gave you a call. Ki Amar, there is a problem. The, actually, exam was scheduled for 6th, and due to some reason, we have to get it preponed. So people get it postponed. We have to get it preponed by one day. So
So
one day is actually
this is very important. I want to put And to context, why would we made it basically prepone? Now Priya had last date 6th of August was last date to take the exam. So
Yes.
or we booked the exam on 6th of August, and the center cancelled the exam. So we had two options, either to take exam in home on 6th August, or she said me the 5th August date is available. Now we are talking on 4th August or 3rd August.
3rd August.
3rd August. I said, take 5th August. She was like, what? I said, take 5th August. And then I said a magical line that she started laughing and I started laughing. I said, for 2 days, you are mine. Nothing else, nothing more. And she worked really, really hard for those 2 days. Priya, can you explain how you worked for those 2 days?
Amar used to give me, Priya, please do this. Priya, okay. Just you have to say okay, and you actually go doing 180 questions with only a 1 hour break for a continued day. So 180 questions, then half an hour break, again 180 questions, half an hour break, then again 60 questions, 60 questions, 30 questions. So the for complete 8 hours on 4th of August, I was doing the mocks. So for complete day, I was moving doing mocks.
Yes, Priya, can you? So, those 60 question, how that helped in adding the bigger picture?
Actually, I was having issue doing 180 questions in one go, one go, continue sitting for 4 hours. So after 100 questions, after 150 questions, I was not able to make out. But I was having a headache. Continuous watching. I mean, going through the over the laptop. But when I gave 60 questions with a gap, I was scoring above 75% in prepcast. So it
So
actually
that
boosted.
it boosted your morale. It basically pushed you that you can
Yeah.
do it, right? So this is basically what
Yes.
I call as customized, tailored base approach. So I found out that she is actually losing her interest after 150 question. And you see, when you are working at home and all those things, then these things do happen. So from 60, 60, 60, 60, we kept on working, we kept on working. And Priya, tell about last day. How many questions you did in the last day? Now people say don't do anything before one day exam. How many questions you did?
180 twice prepcast questions. Then 60 60 the two people and process. So that 120 plus business environment. I did 30 more questions. So it was till end of around 11 or 12 p.m. in the night
So
prior to the 5th of
So guys,
August.
11 to 12 p.m. even like her exam was actually 2 a.m. 2 p.m. So we had some time that she can rest. And I want to say that I really adore the all those things. Like I said, okay, take a dinner and then start working on it. And what a beautiful line she said. Truly a mother. I have to make a dinner before eating. And actually, I got tears in my eyes. Like we male are so much like I can say that we have such a facility. You see, I am right now having yogurt. So my wife actually gave me that yogurt while starting that training, and here she's working as a senior PMO person, and also have to make dinner, all those things, and that's a good for her. She's taking care of her family, making all those responsibility, and taking care of PMP and job, and that is what a real PMP does. So round of applause for you, Priya.
Thank you,
Seriously,
sir.
round of applause. So Priya, so let's now talk about the exam. When we went to the exam, how was the exam structured?
This the person has explained me that how it would be, and even before the day you told me that, Priya, there would be 60 questions with 10 minutes break. It's always good to take a 10-minute break. It's refresh your mind. It helps you to go with the next set and just calm down. Don't be too panic. And whenever I was getting panic, yes, you have to take a deep breath and get it relaxed. So that was the main thing. And the questions were almost all the situational based. There are very few, I will say very few direct questions. It is not related with any process. You should know the journey and everything that a PM, an ideal PM with servant leadership as a as a mindset will help you to get through with the questions.
So this is very good. This is a very good thing that you said. Now, how much time you spent on all those questions? How these were moving on?
Actually, I decided that yes, having a 230 minutes, let's divide it to 70-70. But I know my way, because I after I mean while doing the mocks at home also, after 100 question I was losing the thread. So what I thought, let's do it fast. So I tried, though I had set up as a 70-70 minutes for each set. Finished my first set with 61 minutes. Then in the second set, I took some time and it took me around 80 minutes to complete. And for the last set, for the 60 class 60 question, I was having a 90 minutes in my hand. And when I submitted, I was still having 10 minutes in my hand. So it was
This
good.
is actually marvelous that she still have 10 minutes at her hand, and that the plan should be like you should work in that way. That's a project manager. Like if I put it on a graph, a project manager is moving, spending time, and at that and if he or she has more time at her hand, then that becomes a better project as compared to other things. Okay, so how was the questions Priya structured? Were they more agile, predictive?
It
How
was
they were?
more agile. It was more agile, less predictive. Even if in a question it is not given as a hybrid or an agile, but if you go with the options, you will able to see yes, the options has an agile word, or it reflects the agile framework. So accordingly, you can predict what would be the question is talking about.
So, let's talk about agile a little bit thing. So, the material I shared about agile, is it enough for the exam?
Yes, it's agile. The questions were more related with the people training, with the team training, how if he's lacking of knowledge, so what a PM should do. So this kind of questions were mostly related with the team.
Okay, so it is mostly related with that team. What about stakeholder communication and resource area? How was that touched in the exam?
Communications, there were 3 to 5 questions. Stakeholders, yes, along with the procurement and stakeholder, they were in a combination questions. Uh, a risk, yes, for the risk, you should know when it should be a issue and when it should be the risk. You should get to know, yes, if it is implemented, was it the solution was correct, or still again you got a new risk according, or it becomes again an issue. So that it was more with issue and the risk. You should know when it is a risk and when it is an issue. So it really helps the if you
Okay,
follow your journey for the
okay.
risk and
Priya, very important question. Now, Asha had more than 40 questions. What she said in the journey regarding procurement. Was it same for you? 40
no,
questions?
no,
How many questions almost for
more, maybe 4 or 5.
Four or five is okay. Four or five. There should be four or five questions for procurement. Okay. So what about scope, schedule, cost? Which area was more highlighted in that way?
The risk was more highlighted, the communication part was more highlighted, and being working in a virtual environment, there were many questions with related to virtual environment. How a team should, if your stakeholders are at different location, so how that can be handled, what should be the communication method to connect with those. So these were the questions.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Tell us which questions did work. Now you did good question, not much question, but you did prepcast questions. So were that effective? Like now you did complete mock and you did 60-60 question. So which do you think is more effective for PMP exam preparation?
Sir, the way it is now, PMP is changing to agile. The prepcast question I would find a different way, but it helps you to think in different directions.
Hmm. Good, good. So now we need more of our agile questions, and I am working on that in my own simulator. I have added it since you never had the time to play with all those things. So okay, so Priya, so you can you tell me, have we done any question apart from those 50-50 questions? And did we get the chance to did try it
No, we didn't did try dip. We only
one day?
did Andrew. No.
Okay, okay.
So we
And
did.
how relevant Andrew mocks were to the exam?
I won't say because it's all old material it has, I'll say, because it is more related with the process, with the tools and techniques and the documents, what it has in Andrew. So but
Okay.
in prepcast there were many questions related with issue, risk, how that would be more, and it was mostly requirement documentation and RTM, resource traceability matrix. So it was more
Requirement.
related to that. Huh.
Okay, okay. This means we need a more agile approach. But
Yes.
I have to say, PMP exam is becoming more of a dynamic in nature. Like you are now, one student is also giving exam today. So we have this week has been a very fabulous week. We have one PMP from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and today Saturday. Today is one student giving the exam. Although
Okay.
no student is giving exam today, tomorrow. So I'm also thinking to get like this week. I would say August first week is the most luckiest week for us. Every day we are getting a certified PMP, so that is amazing. Okay, so what do you recommend for the PMP aspirant? Should they work? How they should prepare for the PMP exam?
What I'll recommend is when you have just started, don't give a break. Go into the same flow, and I think no need to go for 2 months and 3 months. If you're done, if you know the journey, if you know all the processes, you know how what is the output, not the output, but basic outputs. If you know the journey, and I think in a month you can clear the exam. If you have an agile mindset, the four values and the 12 principles is more than enough, and the basic knowledge of XP, lean, FDD. So it is, I mean, you can go and give in a month.
Okay, you can go and give in a month. That's a very good thing that you said that. Okay, Priya, thank you very much. The way you did, and it was, although it was a long journey, we started in 2 months, but it was pretty short journey because you only studied. You like you came, you take a week, you take holidays for 1 month. Yeah, it was really interesting about that thing, but of course the reason it was you got busy. I totally understand that, but we did PMP in 20 days, and actually, let me tell you, basically any student go to give the exam, I always tell my parents and my wife, because each student, how I teach each student as individual, so each student is very important, and I was actually very worried when you Asha had exam one day before and then you had exam. Asha was more worried and you were more relaxed. So my wife asked, whom you are worried about? I said, I am more worried about Priya. Said, why? I said, Aisha did a lot of mocks and she only lacked the confidence, but I'm sure she will do well. And what about Priya? I said, Priya did very less mocks, but let's see how she puts the effort in last 2 days. And last 2 days, you really put a great effort and it proved useful. And Priya, I have to say that I am really, really proud, not only that you got all above target, but the way you did it, the all the hard work you did it, that proves that you are a great leader and you are going to become a certified professional. You are going to become a certified leader. You are going to go in the senior leadership position more and more and more in your life, Priya.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. And for those who have not joined our batch program, we only have 2 seats left, and our batch program is going to start on next Friday. If you are looking for one-to-one program, you can also contact on the number below, and you can email us. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, do subscribe. Our commitment is increasing. We are putting more and more journeys from such a fabulous persons on daily basis. Thank you, Priya. Namaste, and best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.